Headlines for this week include lacrosse named one of the best places to live, new developments on campus, and the fall career fair. Stay tuned, WMCM's Week in Review is next. Hello, and thanks for watching WMCM's Week in Review. I'm Bree Levine.
And I'm Thomas Rehfeldt.
Lacrosse is one of the greatest places to live in America, according to a recent article in Outside magazine. Lacrosse placed 11th out of 16 towns on the list. Outside magazine ranked this towns based on March Madness-style tournament, where readers voted for their favorite towns. They also gave each town an official score, called an O-score, based on multiple factors like miles of trails, number of bike shops, unemployment rates, and more. The magazine describes lacrosse as small-time friendly and says it punches above its weight in adventure. It cites the Hickson Forest and Myrick Park, along with lacrosse's access to the Mississippi, as the main factors for the ranking. Topping the list was Midwest's very own Duluth, Minnesota.
The academic semester for UW Lacrosse was nearly completed, its fifth week of scheduled classes. While student pens and keyboards struggle to keep pace with their instructors, student debt continues to climb. UWL approximates the total cost to attend the university during the 2014 to 2015 school year will be $14,812, which includes meals, room, and tuition. Approximately $8,902 will go towards tuition alone. According to the National Center of Education Statistics, the national average price for public institutions for the 2011 to 2012 school year was approximately $16,789. Tuition is still frozen due to legislation by the Walker administration, and Governor Walker has proposed an additional freeze upon tuition rates if re-elected this upcoming election season. Now here's Sarah Abel to talk about what's happening around campus.
Thanks, Thomas. If you're looking for an internship or full-time job after graduation, then be sure to attend the Fall 2014 Career Fair on Wednesday, October 8th from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon in Valhalla Cartwright Center. Make sure to dress for success and bring plenty of resumes. Representatives from companies all over the country will be attending, including Quick Trip, Target, and Aflac. For more information, contact Rebecca Lee in Career Services at 608-785-8356 or rlee at uwlax.edu. If you aren't feeling fully prepared for the career fair, Career Services and Delta Sigma Pi are teaming up to host Prep for Success. This event will be held on Tuesday, October 7th at 6:30 in the evening in room 1400 Centennial Hall. Dress for professional and be prepared to hear directly from a panel of employers who will be attending the career fair and can help you prepare for your future. With their help, you'll be sure to be a success at the career fair. And if you're interested in volunteering abroad or in the U.S. after graduation, check out the Peace Corps and City Year Information Session on Wednesday, October 8th from 4 to 5 in the evening in room 1400 Centennial Hall. Drop by the session to learn more about opportunities to live, learn, and work with the community overseas or in the U.S. Now back to you, Thomas.
Thanks, Sarah. This week, Emily Plaka spoke with our campus's registered nutritionalist. Let's hear more.
Many students rely on the dining services provided by the campus. Today I'm here to speak with the campus's registered dietitian to hear how she assists students with dietary needs.
I am Katy Callahan, and I am the registered dietitian here on campus. I'm employed through Sodexo, but I spend time here at UWL working with students. I realize the struggles that students face with college dining, and I want to make it as enjoyable as possible.
Callahan tells us more in how students with allergies and intolerances receive the nutrition they need.
The My Zone area is for anyone with any type of the 8 common allergies. Mainly what's contained in the My Zone area, there is a refrigerator for students to utilize, and there's a gluten-free toaster, a gluten-free toaster oven, and there's also a dedicated gluten-free microwave. So it's self-serve for students. There's also a cabinet full of cereals, some crackers, gluten-free ice cream cones. And for students that do have allergies, they should come see me. And I can help them as much as I can and show them around, give them a tour of the My Zone area, and talk about the products that are available.
Reporting from WMCM, I'm Emily Vlahetka. Back.
Thanks, Emily. Are you a fall 2014 or spring 2015 graduate? Do you want to explore your career options? UW La Crosse Career Services will be hosting Career Fair 101 to help you get past the awkward of a career fair. On October 3rd from 11 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon, you can visit the Cameron Hall of Nations in Centennial Hall to learn how to navigate a career fair. 6 stations will be set up where you can learn about employer research, professional dress, interviewing, and much more. Plus, you can have your resume reviewed by employers from major corporations. For more information, visit the Career Services page at www.uwlax.edu/career-services. The Cooley Region Humane Society has many pets in need of loving homes. Here are some of the animals available in this week's edition of Perfect Pets.
Meet Tink. Oh wait, and meet Kelsey. They're 2 little kittens who need lots of toys and places to explore. Watch out, it's Ava. She's a spunky Chihuahua mix of 2 years who loves the center of attention, especially when children are around. To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the phone number for the Cooley Region Humane Society is 781-4014. The year 2014 brings about a hot election season in the state of Wisconsin. The general election will be held on November 4th, only 33 days away. Elections will concern Wisconsin senators, House members, and the governor. This year, a voter ID law will be implemented to reduce the chance of voter fraud. A Wisconsin State Registered Identification Card, or Wisconsin driver's license, is required at the polls before any individual can cast their vote. The law will strongly affect the elderly, ethnic minorities, students, and low-income individuals due to limited access to IDs. Students at UW La Crosse can obtain a voter ID at the Student ID office on the 2nd floor of the Cartwright Center.
Have you given any thought to your Halloween costume this year? Every year, there are some who dress up in costumes that can be offensive to others. Make sure your costume idea is culturally sensitive by attending Is Your Halloween Costume Racist? A discussion. Join faculty and minors in the Department of Ethnic and Racial Studies at 6:30 in the evening on Tuesday, October 7th in the Wardroom, Cartwright Center. They will lead a discussion about making wise choices with Halloween costumes and general costume party attire. The discussion will focus on the do's and don'ts of Halloween costumes and why some costumes may be offensive to minority groups. Questions? Contact Carol Oyster at coyster@uwlax.edu. Throughout the semester, we will be looking at Tanzania and a nonprofit dedicated to helping the country. Troy Newman joins us in the studio with our first Hope in Tanzania piece.
Wisconsin is privileged to have many things: education, good agriculture, great family values. But some places are not as fortunate. Tanzania is a place much like Wisconsin. They have beautiful scenery and celebrate family regularly. Unfortunately, this place does not have the access to education and resources that Wisconsin has. So their agriculture, nutrition, and overall quality of life suffers. This is why a small group decided to go to Tanzania. With the hope of providing that much needed education and resources, this group started a nonprofit.
We called it Hope in Tanzania because when we traveled there in 2003 through semester at sea, we found a huge large-scale agriculture and hydropower project that was already built. It was built in the breadbasket of the country, where there's no roads for 100 miles. But it gave electricity to this huge complex. And the history of how that began was just one of the greatest stories I'd ever come across as a former television photojournalist.
So join us throughout the semester as we take a look at this beautiful place, talk to some of the people, and look at how Wisconsin can help in the future. Throughout the semester, we will be looking at some of the issues in Tanzania and talk to professionals here in La Crosse to see what can be done to help.
So Troy, how long has this project been going on?
Well, Hope in Tanzania started about 11 years ago, and I think it was about 6 years ago that they actually took some Marquette students over there to start building some buildings to help out the locals there.
Awesome.
Who is involved in this program?
Well, there's many people involved. First of all, all of us here in the broadcast department are in some way helping out with the issue, and Mayo, for one, has been also giving feedback and some education to the locals there.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us in studio, Troy.
It's been an absolute pleasure. The 2014 to 2015 school year has promised to be an expansive school year for campus development. New additions to the campus include an expanded recreational center offering gymnastics practice and storage, and a modernized student union to accommodate an expanding student population. Whittich Hall is also anticipating a full makeover after over a century of use from students and the community. The renovations and construction proposals are still in the process of being verified by the State Building Commission, and the total project sum is projected at $241 million. Funding will be supported by program revenue and student fees. Students voted to build a new student center instead of renovating Cartwright back in 2012. Each week, the WMCM crew goes out and talks to your fellow peers in a segment we call Campus Insight. This week, they ask students what their Netflix guilty pleasure is. Let's take a look.
My Netflix guilty pleasure is Mean Girls.
Bones, Lie to Me,
Yeah, because I
Psych,
have so many of them.
Parks and Recreation.
I guess One Tree Hill, Supernatural, Gossip Girl, Being Human, Breakout Kings.
Desperate Housewives.
A lot. I finished all of that in like a few months.
Orange is the New Black.
What's your Netflix guilty pleasure?
Well, it's between two. Is that okay? Can I say two? Okay. It would have to be all the Disney movies that they have on there. It really takes me back to my childhood. And the second one, I know this sounds bad, but Trailer Park Boys.
It'd probably be Dr. Seuss's The Lorax with Zac Efron in it. He's a great character, and he does a great voiceover for the main character.
Look for the WMCM crew around campus for a chance to have your opinions heard on next week's Campus Insight. And now, here's Katy Butson with the review of the movie Lucy.
Thanks, Bree. It's not about what you see, it's about questioning what is real and what is not real. That is the premise of the movie I will be reviewing today, Luc Besson's Lucy. Lucy, played by glassy-eyed Scarlett Johansson, appears to be a dull yet adorable character at the beginning of the movie. However, her involuntary involvement with her one-night boyfriend's job drastically changes her life as she becomes a drug mule, carrying expensive, mind-expanding drugs sewn into her stomach. In a last-minute attempt to escape, Lucy gets kicked in the stomach, releasing large amounts of the drug into her body. The drug, CPH4, is a molecule created by pregnant women for fetus development. By absorbing large doses of the drug, Lucy's brain potential is increased, and she transforms into an unstoppable warrior, vowing vengeance. Before I give too much away, let's take a look at that trailer.
In my stomach. What's going on?
You've nearly slipped a new package into your lower tummy, and you're going to transport something very special to us.
No. You speak English?
Yes.
Take me to the hospital now.
Hospital?
Somebody put a bag of drugs inside me. I need you to take it out. It's leaking.
It is estimated most human beings only use 10% of the brain's capacity. Imagine if we could access 100%. Interesting things begin to happen. Yes?
Professor Norman, my name's Lucy. I just read all your research on the human brain. It's a little rudimentary, but you're on the right track.
Thank you.
I have access to 28% of my cerebral capacity. I can feel every living thing.
Since when did you start writing Chinese?
Since an hour ago.
What happens when she reaches 100%? I have no idea. All this knowledge, you can unlock secrets that go beyond our universe. I'm not even sure that mankind is ready for it.
It's like all things that make a human are fading away.
Lucy was a mind-whirling thriller. It was fast-paced and questioned the illusion of what humans accept as reality. However, there were many fatal flaws within the film. Dr. Norman, played by none other than Morgan Freeman, claims that humans only utilize 10% of their brain power. However, this percentile is only an internet myth. Dr. Barry Gordon at Johns Hopkins School of Medicine in Baltimore states, though an alluring idea, the 10% myth is so wrong it's almost laughable. What is even more humorous is Lucy's development as she gains more brain power. With each increase in brain use percentage, Lucy is able to access ESP abilities, manipulate digital objects, and finally, at 100%, she turns into a black, gooey, giant supercomputer. Some ending. In all, this film was something fun to see with friends, but don't plan on having any epiphanies after the film. The only reality that I am double-checking is the false facts on the internet. We'll be right back after this UWL promo.
Hey, can't find what you're looking for?
What?
You can find what you're looking for and more at WMCM. WMCM TV has plenty of shows you can view at your pleasure. There's Profile, where we interview people throughout the community. Or if you like sports, we have Sports Talk Live and Sports Scene. And if you're into celebrity gossip, that's why we have Afternoon Delight.
Well, that all looks great, but I'm on a computer, not a TV. I bet you guys don't have a way for me to watch this stuff on a computer.
Oh, we have that covered too. Just go to WMCMTV.com for all the updates.
Wow, that solves all my problems. Thanks, WMCM Genie.
Welcome back to WMCN's Week in Review. I'm Katy Evans with this week's weather. Tonight we're going to be seeing some thunderstorms, 80% chance of rain, and a low of 52. Tomorrow, it'll be partly cloudy all day, 20% chance of rain, and a high of 52 degrees. On Saturday, it'll be mostly cloudy, 20% chance of rain once again, with a high of 49. And Sunday, partly cloudy, 20% chance of rain, and a high of 54. And now we're going to move on to Katy Pence with Interview.
Thanks, Katie. Well, this week I am joined by Abby Genevico, and you are a member of the UWL Pan-Hellenic Council as well as a member of Alpha Xi Delta, correct?
I am.
Awesome. So you're going to tell us a little bit about Greek life here on campus. So for those of us who, aren't part of Greek life, could you tell us just a little bit about what Greek life is and what it's all about here on the UWL campus?
We do a lot of socials. There's a lot of leadership opportunities. We have 4 pillars: leadership, scholarship, service, and community. So we do a lot of things within our community and with other organizations on campus.
That sounds excellent. So now, as I understand it, this week has been Greek Week, and you've been doing a whole bunch of really awesome events. Can you tell us about your event tomorrow and some of the events that you've been doing to kind of raise awareness about Greek life here on campus?
Yep. On Monday, we actually did a banner making, so you can see those banners in Cartwright. Tuesday, we did campus cleanup all around kind of the community, cleaning up from Oktoberfest, so that went really well. Wednesday, you might have seen on social media, we had a hashtag UWL letters, where everyone was wearing their letters, walking around campus, taking
photos. I saw Greek letters,
yep.
A lot of those going around campus.
Yep, and then today is actually Day of Appreciation. We're just kind of going around, going out of the way, doing things for certain people, writing letters to faculty, just thanking them on all the great things that they do. And then tomorrow, we're really excited, is the Greek lip sync. And all the fraternities and sororities will be participating, and there'll be songs kind of like Taylor Swift's Shake It Off. We got Fancy by Iggy Azalea, so there'll be kind of like fun mashups and stuff like that, kind of like the homecoming thing that you kind of might do in high school.
Sure. So are all the members participating, or can, other people join in, or what's going on with that?
It is open to anyone on campus to attend. It's free. It starts at 7 o'clock tomorrow in Valhalla. Pretty much, all the sororities, all the fraternities, they'll be doing a little performance, and it should be great.
Well, that sounds excellent. Now, as I understand it, Greek life kind of went away for a couple years. Is that correct?
Yep. We kind of wanted to bring Greek Week back. It kind of fizzled, didn't have much interest in it, and bringing it back, we really want to maintain interest within our Greek community members, but then we also want to get organizations outside of the Greek life interested in what we do and partnering and stuff. So this pretty much is a we're going to get our foot in the door, get it going, and hopefully in the next few years we'll grow and achieve a lot more.
Well, kind of on that same theme, for people who might be thinking about joining a sorority or a fraternity, what are some of the benefits for them? Why should they? Why should they join a fraternity or sorority?
There is a lot of leadership opportunities. A lot of the members hold leadership opportunities outside of our community. Whether they're in the TV crew or student senate, stuff like that, volunteering within the community. There's a lot of opportunities like that. Service. We all have a philanthropy that we work with, and volunteering is a very big thing. Scholarship, we all maintain a very high GPA, so that's very important in our community.
Now, there are different types of fraternities and sororities, am I correct in that?
Mm-hmm.
So depending on what you're interested in, you could kind of find a fraternity or sorority to match what you're interested in?
Yep, there is a few on campus. So there's a business fraternity on campus, and there also is a sorority, a service sorority, and then part of our Greek life is the social sororities and fraternities, and that's kind of that basic Greek life that you think of. That's the socials and the stuff like that. That's the kind of the social part of it. Yeah.
Okay. What has been kind of a challenge that you guys have been facing on campus? Is there any things that you ever feel like you have to overcome?
Definitely, we have been growing a lot in the past few years, and we're really proud of that, and so we're just getting people interested as much as we can.
Excellent. Do you have a favorite moment with your Alpha Xi Delta sisters that you'd like to share?
I really like our philanthropy, Autism Speaks, and it's very important to me, and we just do a lot with that, so that's probably the best experience I've had so far.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Abby, for being on the program today. Molly Prescott will be right back with sports right after this.
This is Trent. He is a 2-year-old orange tiger. While he spends much of his time on quests and adventures, he also makes time to show you his affectionate side. Look at those stunning blue eyes. Meet Coda. He's a strong male Siberian husky of 6 years. He's house-trained, and he loves children. To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the phone number for the Cooley Region Humane Society is 781-4014. With 3 of their first 4 games against teams inside the top 11, UWL's bye couldn't have come at a more perfect time. A 1-2 record is far from the start they expected, but is still the reality that they are faced with. This weekend doesn't get any easier as the top 11 streak finally comes to an end, with #1 ranked Whitewater on the road. Colin Talbert has more on the Eagles' mindset for this weekend.
The last time UWL got a win over Whitewater.
They're very talented, but they also believe they're talented and believe that they're good, and I think they understand, they have a faith and an understanding of what it takes to win.
The Warhawks are once again coming off a national championship, and the Eagles know the tall task ahead of them.
The most important is tackling. You know, are we tackling well on defense? Are we running the football on offense? And are we changing? Are we winning the field position battle?
4 different quarterbacks have seen the field this season for the Eagles, but this week they are finally welcoming back junior starter Trent Cummings.
So he can throw the ball well. He runs the offense well. He can execute everything very well, as good as anybody we have, obviously. But that intangible is something I think that I'm looking forward to seeing on the field and seeing him have fun.
Cummings isn't the only injured Eagle on the roster, as last week's bye couldn't have come at a more perfect time.
You know, when you look at who we've played, the top teams that we've played that we come into, we do need some rest. We need some downtime, and I think it was the best off week we've had in the years we've been here.
With fresh legs, UWL heads into conference play knowing they have to bring it week after week.
This is the real deal. So now where we get up for every game, you've got to be able to, it's kind of like bragging rights, so to speak, in the state, and I think that it's time to go, show the people in Wisconsin what you're capable of.
From across Wisconsin, Colin Talbert, WMCM.
Thanks, Colin. Kickoff is scheduled for 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon as the Eagles look to bounce back to 500. The women's cross-country team continued their hot streak to the season as they recorded their 2nd straight win Saturday at the 20-team Minnesota Roy Griak Invitational. The Eagles finished with 60 team points to capture their first Griak since 2009. St. Thomas, Minnesota placed 2nd with 69 points, while St. Olaf College was 3rd with 76. The Eagles' Laura Mead captured the individual title with a time of 22 minutes and 39.9 seconds on the course. She became the 2nd runner in school history to capture the Griak and also her 2nd straight individual title this season. UWL returns to action this Friday, 4 p.m. as they take on UW Eau Claire Blue Gold Invitational. The women's soccer team improved to 3-2-3 overall and a 1-0-1 in conference Saturday with a 2-1 victory over Eau Claire. The Eagles trailed 1-0 at halftime, but netted 2 goals after intermission to seal the win. Sarah Jacobs scored her first goal of the season just 2 minutes into the half on the header to tie the game. Then Kelly Dent scored the eventual game-winning goal off a free kick with just under 20 minutes left. UWL totaled 12 shots in the match, including 5 on goal, while the Blue Goats had 19 with 9 on goal. Eagles' Ashley Tracy had 8 saves on the day to earn the victory. UWL returns to action this Saturday, 2 p.m. at UW Stout. And that's all for this week's sports.
Thanks, Molly. Thanks for watching WMCM's Week in Review. Make sure to join us next week, Thursday at 4:30, right here on Campus Channel 6, Charter Channel 96, and Digital Cable Channel 989.